What's the word, YouTube? I'm your host, Quillysantana, and you're watching the Brains of Sports. Welcome back, YouTube. I'm your host, The Brains, aka Quillysantana. So now listen, today we got my NFL award winners. You know what I'm saying? You know the award, the NFL awards probably don't come out till like after the championship round. But I'm finna give y'all my NFL award winners who I think, you know what I'm saying, should win these NFL awards. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna get straight into it, man. Let's go ahead and switch y'all over so y'all can see this work we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Switch y'all over. Y'all see the Brain 2025 NFL award winners. Now listen, the first award we're gonna talk about is Offensive Rookie of the Year. This was a tough one for me because it's another guy that I wanted to really get this award to, but I wanted to be fair, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like he earned it. I feel like he had some big moments late in this year. And he was playing great all year. You know what I'm saying? So that's really kind of what made me go with him for the Offensive Rookie of the Year. So the Brains Offensive Rookie of the Year is Tedero McMillan. That is my, you know what I'm saying, Offensive Rookie of the Year. T-Mac he played all 17 games, started all 17 games, had 70 receptions. He had 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he had 14.5 yards a catch. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go with T-Mac. Honorable mention, I wanted to go with Travion Henderson. Y'all know, Pats fan. I wanted to go with Travion. Travion almost had 1,000 yards rushing, and he didn't even play for real like the first month. Like, you know what I'm saying? His snap count didn't really increase until like Ramondre had got hurt for him like 2-3 games, and that was like around the Bucks game, and he had the 2 big runs in the Bucks game. Like, he was going crazy. Remember, then he had like 3 touchdowns right after that. You know what I'm saying? But I had to give it to T-Mac because T-Mac been consistently balling all year long. I'm not gonna lie, he been consistently balling all year long. I'm not gonna lie. I had to give it to T-Mac. You know, he had made a couple big catches down the stretch. I remember that catch against Atlanta. Even that catch just a week ago against Tampa. Like, he was making some fantastic plays. You know what I'm saying? And he had 1,000 yards as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? 7 tuds. And I think if he would have had better quarterback play, his numbers could have been even more crazy. Like, imagine him with Drake May. I love Will Campbell, man. I love Will, but damn. That's been crazy. Let's get to our next award, man. Let's get to the Brains Defensive Rookie of the Year. There's another guy I really want to give it to. I really wanted to give it to this other guy. But I had to, you know what I'm saying, stay with I had to stick to what I already did with the Offensive Rookie of the Year. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't, be a hypocrite. I had to give it to another guy. But he been great all year long, consistent, been healthy, played most of his games. You get what I'm saying? And been fantastic. You know what I'm saying? He's part of a fantastic rookie class also. So the Brains Defensive Rookie of the Year is Carson Swessinger. I'm not going to lie. Now, I wanted to give it to Nick from Seattle. Because Nick is a real life Swiss Army knife. Like what Mike McDonald's doing with Nick, in and out that slot, roll him with him and Spoon and having him in the ball. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Nick do a lot, but I'm not gonna lie. Carson, let's read out Carson stats. Carson played 16 games, started all 16, only missed 1 game this year. Carson had 146 tackles, which was 8th in the NFL, 2.5 sacks, 2 picks. And I ain't gonna lie, like every time you turned on a Browns game, if you didn't watch if you wasn't looking for Myles Garrett, I guarantee you seen 49 on screen. Like, he popped off the screen, just like my boy Nick did. He popped off the screen. Like, it was impossible to watch a Browns game without seeing 49. You get what I'm saying? Without seeing Carson was impossible. Like, you was never gonna watch a Browns game and not see 49 making plays. And I just think consistently out the year, he just was the best defensive rookie. You get what I'm saying? I think he was the best defensive rookie. I thought he was going to be good coming out of UCLA. I thought he was gonna be like a hidden gem. Whoever got him, I kind of want us to get him at the linebacker position, but Cleveland ended up taking Carson. So like, but I definitely consider Nick. That's my honorable mention because Nick did go crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Nick was he was hooping this year, but I had to go with Carson just for the consistency and that he was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was overly going crazy. He had 146 tackles. You get what I'm saying? So like I had to rock with Carson on this one. You get what I'm saying? I had to go with my boy Carson. And we got the Brains comeback player of the year. It was only I'm going right to it because it was only one guy. It wasn't really no debate. Christian McCaffrey. I went CMC. CMC had 1,202 rushing yards this year, 3.9 yards per carry. He had 902 rushing yards, 7 tutties. I mean, no, he had 902 receiving yards, 7 tutties, and he had 10 rushing touchdowns on top of that. He almost went 1,000 from scrimmage. If you get, you see what I'm saying? Like he actually had 2,000 from scrimmage. He had 2,000 yards from scrimmage. He had 17 total touchdowns after being hurt all last year, and he was carrying. I ain't even put his catches down. Now I think about it, I didn't even write his catches down. How many catches he had? Hold on, where my phone at? If I could look his catches up real quick, because I didn't even write down his catches. I was just gonna say that because at one point Christian was literally the 49ers offense. CMC was literally the 49ers offense, like flat out. He was just their offense. Let me see. Uh, that was this year. What the fuck? Yeah, see what I'm saying? Christian McCaffrey had 102 receptions this year on 129 targets for 924 yards. That's crazy for a running back. He had 102 receptions. Listen, think about what I'm saying. He had 102 receptions. T-Mac, I just told you T-Mac only had 70 as a receiver. He only had 70. CMC had 102. Like, because at one point, when Kittle was out, Brandon Ayuk never played. He's never going to play for the Niners again. So, Brandon never played. And then, who else was out? Ricky, Kittle. Jawan Jennings was out a little bit too. Remember the game? Remember, if y'all remember, I think that was a Thursday night game. I think it was a Thursday night. Thursday night, right? Remember, y'all, it was Thursday night. It was a Mac Jones game. That was the Mac Jones and Kendrick Bourne game. You know what I'm saying? It was a Mac Jones and Kendrick Bourne game. They end up, I think Kendrick Bourne had, KB had like 10 for like 142 or something. But like, it was just Christian out there. Like, they literally was running offense with the backup QB, backup receivers, backup tight ends, and Christian. That was it. And he was carrying the load after being hurt all last year. He came back to this thing. He was carrying the load this year. You get what I'm saying? So, I had to go with CMC for the comeback player of the year. You get what I'm saying? Hold on real quick. Back up this fast. 1 second. Alright, though, we back, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back over here. Back to regular schedule programming. We back. But yeah, like I was saying though, without CMC, ain't no telling what the Niners would be at this season, especially with all their injuries, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Like he literally was carrying the load. Now this might affect them going into next season. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But for sure, this year's comeback player of the year. For sure, this year's comeback player of the year. Now we got the Brains offensive player of the year. No stoppage, cause it's JSN. And I don't even think, I guess you can give an honorable mention to Puka, but to me, honestly, the offensive player of the year is JSN, like hands down. And I know towards the end, let me read you JSN numbers: 17 games played, 119 receptions, 1,793 yards receiving, 10 touchdowns, and 15.1 yards per catch. And JSN literally did this. Like he put this season up. He was on pace for 2K. You know what I'm saying? Till teams just started like no, you're not gonna use JSN today. You know what I'm saying? You're just not gonna use JSN. You know what I'm saying? Then Darnold went through a little rough patch a little bit where Sam where Sam just, I don't know, like he had a little rough patch where he just wasn't, the offense wasn't clicking for real. You know what I'm saying? They weren't really clicking, and it kind of slowed his numbers down where he kind of got off the 2K track. But I think he was the best receiver in football this year. Puka was good, you know what I'm saying? But Puka had Matty, and Matty played excellent the whole season for real. Even when he was turning the ball over, he was still going, you know, doing what he was doing. And he also had Devontae Adams, you know what I'm saying, which took a lot. Because it was like, you either got to one or the other. Like, you can't guard Tate and Puka, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like that JSN was just in a different situation. This was his first year into like superstardom. Remember, they traded DK Metcalf for JSN to be the full-time number one and move out. You know what I'm saying? Move outside instead of being a slot receiver. And JSN came and balled, man. I'm not gonna lie. JSN came and balled. You get what I'm saying? Shout out JSN. We're gonna do the Brains Defensive Player of the Year. We don't gotta do nothing about it. Y'all know who this is. Miles Gear. You know what I'm saying? It's Big Miles. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta do too much. Come on, man. 60 tackles, 23 sacks, 77 quarterback pressures, third in quarterback pressure rate, 33 tackles for loss, which is the most in NFL history. We don't gotta say too much, man. Only thing I gotta say is this, Miles. Miles Garrett. I'm gonna look directly to the camera. Miles, can you please get off the Cleveland Browns? Please. Because you really wasted your whole career. Like, Miles is too good of a fucking talent. Too good of a talent, bro. To be on the Cleveland Browns wasting his fucking career. Just like Max Crosby. I pray Max get off the Raiders next year. Just Raiders, listen. Raiders, just please, just let Max, just trade him. Just trade him. Just trade him. Y'all not going nowhere. No time soon. Cleveland. Y'all just trade Miles, please. Like, let Miles go somewhere. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know, he can come to us. You know, he can be a Patriot. You know what I'm saying? But please get Miles off that team. I'm tired of looking at Miles be so dominant. And mind you, he had 23 sacks, right? He did all this with a lot less pass rush snaps than a lot of other pass rushers. Like a significant lot. You know, I mean a significant amount less than a lot of other pass rushers because they're trash. So a lot of games they're either losing, so teams are not even passing the ball as much and they're running it. You get what I'm saying? And then he's still getting triple and double team even with that, you know what I'm saying, going on. And he still did what he did this year, you know what I'm saying? Has the most tackles for loss in NFL history, most sacks in NFL history. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Miles, though. You got to get out of Cleveland, Miles. You got to get out of Cleveland. The Brains Coach of the Year, ain't no debate. It's Mikey V, man. It's Big Mike. Like, if you think Mike Vrabel is not the Coach of the Year, I don't know who is. I'm like confused. Like, generally though, like seriously, who is the Coach of the Year if it's not Mike Vrabel? Because the only one, the only argument I actually will listen to is Kyle Shanahan. I think Kyle Shanahan definitely did a Coach of the Year type job this year because he missed his his starting quarterback. Then he missed 8 games. They lost they tight end like the second week of the season. They no one receiver didn't play all year. Ricky Pearsall was out a lot. Juwan Jennings was out. You end up losing Nick Bosa. You end up losing Fred Warner. Like, you basically, except CMC, you lost probably like 4 of your best 5 players. Because their 5 players is Nick Bosa, Fred, Brock, George, CMC. He lost 4. He lost 2 of them out for the year. And 2 of them missed significant time. So, and even other guys, like they first round pick Michael Williams from Georgia towards ACL. Like, they had hella injuries, you get what I'm saying? And they still went 12-4. You know what I'm saying? Because CMC was carrying low, like I said, for the comeback player of the year. And like, I'll listen to that argument though. You get what I'm saying? The thing that's gonna affect Kyle though, right? Because he didn't have a narrative. This narrative was too late. If that narrative would have got rolling earlier, because you know a lot of awards is about narrative. If that narrative would have got rolling, you know, early, he would have actually been able to win the award. But also, we know that we see Mac Jones was playing so good, so like it wasn't even like you Danner really had a backup. Because we know Mac Jones, anybody that's competent for real can play in that system. We know this already. We know this. So that, I think that's like a fake knock on Cal that anybody can play in that San Fran system. Like, you can put anybody fuck over there. That's what they always say. Like, if you give a quarterback, any quarterback, a Cal Shanahan, or Sean McVay, they gonna ball. Like so, that's why it's gonna knock them a little bit because the offense so QB friendly. It's hard for your so if you get good quarterback play out of a motherfucker, like it's easy for you to win games. You don't even gotta have your starter. You ain't gonna go too far with this nigga. You gonna need your starter. You need Brock, but you can win a couple games. You get what I'm saying? You can win a couple games with Mac Jones, especially like with his offense, the system. So, but fuck all that. We talk about Mikey V. We talking about Vraves. Like fuck all that other shit. Like nigga, we talking about Vraves. Like this team was 4-13 last year. As a Patriots fan, I think that was I don't think. I know that was the worst coach team I ever seen in my life. And I'm only 21, so I only know Bill Belichick and Gerard anyway, but that shit was terrible. Like that was one of the most poorest coach teams I ever seen in my life. That shit was terrible. Um, you know what I'm saying? And he gotta win coach of the year on another reason why Mike gotta win coach of the year. Not even for the shit like the turnaround, but the staff he put together. The staff that Mike Vrabel put together for this team, like being able to bring Josh McDaniels back onto the Patriots staff to be the OC was probably one of the biggest signings or like biggest, you know what I'm saying, things that happened in the offseason this year. And I think a lot of people slept on it because a lot of people remember Josh McDaniels as far as like, oh, he was just the head coach of the Raiders. Like we all know Josh can't head coach. But Josh is the top 5 play caller in the NFL right now. I can't name 5 play callers better than Josh McDaniels at all. I'm sorry, I can't. And being able to get him back in the building to call plays for Drake May, especially knowing that a lot of teams probably not going to hire Josh again because they know he's a terrible head coach, like flat out terrible head coach, and that you're gonna be able to have years with Drake and Josh. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be able to be together for years because Josh is probably not going nowhere at all. You get what I'm saying? He's probably content on just being the OC and like forgetting that head coach shit. You get what I'm saying? And his family loving in the New England area. On top of that, Mike Vrabel should definitely win coach of the year because on top of him turning the team around, we went 3-14 last year. We're 14-3 this year. He played 8 rookies. We played 8 rookies this year. We started 8 rookies this year. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of players that was on the team last year is not on the team. These is all new players. It's a whole new system, a whole new everything. It's all new, and we was immediately good. If you look from last year to this year, you can see the discipline. You get what I'm saying? You can see the attention to detail, the focus. You get what I'm saying? You can tell. Oh, this team is well coached. This is a well coached football team. That's why I don't care about niggas be talking about that schedule shit. Schedule shit don't matter. It's all about the eye test. When you watch a team play football, what do you actually see? What's going on the field? And when you watch this Mike Vrabel team, you see this, they toughness, they gritty, they intelligent, they smart. You get what I'm saying? They disciplined, not too many mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want out of a real football team. And then you can see the talent elsewhere. You can see the coaching input. You know what I'm saying? The staff he put together. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of teams, that's why I say, like, when people bring up schedule, a lot of teams lose to these bad teams that was on our schedule. The Rams lost. We played 6 teams, and the Rams played 6 of the same teams we played. We went 6-0. They went 4-2. Because Matthew Stafford threw motherfucking 3 picks in one game and had 3 turnovers in another game. It's teams that lost to the motherfucking Dolphins, like the Bills. It's teams that lost to the Jets, like the Falcons. It's teams we played that other teams lost to. Niggas that lost to the Saints. We ain't lose to the Saints though. But that just goes to show you that's coaching. That's our coach keeping us focused week in, week out. Don't think no motherfucker no guppies. Go out here and handle your business. Because a lot of coaches will let you slip up. A lot of coaches will let you slip up and y'all blow games. Mike didn't let them do that. Mike kept his team focused. And that's why I really believe in this team as far as like how far we can go is because of Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels. You get what I'm saying? Shout out Zach Kerr. Because Zach stepped up. Because Tyrell ended up getting cancer. You know what I'm saying? Send prayers out to Tyrell. But Zach ended up stepping up and doing a really good job though. You know what I'm saying? For Tyrell. So in my opinion, Mike Vrabel was the coach of the year, man. And now we get down to the nitty gritty. The Braves MVP of the year, King Draco. Y'all thought it wasn't gonna be Drake when it was Drake. Drake. Yes, nigga. Draco, nigga. Yes. Drake, May. Drake, May. Shout out my boy Drake, May. You know what I'm saying? Listen, let's bring up Drake May stats. Hold on. 4,300 passing yards. Down there 4,400. He was 6 yards away from 4,400 passing yards. 31 touchdowns, 8 picks, 72. Let me say that again. 72 completion percentage. Let me say that one more time. 72 completion percentage. Let me say this next stat twice. 8.9 yards per attempt. One more time. 8.9 yards per attempt with a 72% completion percentage. Both leads the NFL. 450 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. I think he got 115 or it was 113 passer rating, which was also first in the NFL. So a lot of people are going to be saying that they think Matthew Stafford is the MVP, which I don't believe that he's the MVP. To me, if you ask me, the best quarterback I saw, because you know MVP doesn't have a quarterback award. The best player that I saw in the NFL this season was Drake May. This season was Drake May. With that Patriots team, that's why fans bring up, if you switch Drake May and switch motherfucking Matthew Stafford, the Patriots team does not do this. He's not doing what he did on the Rams with this team. He's not. And I'm not to say that discredit the Patriots team. But what I'm saying is, if I ask you to go group, you're going to tell me that the Rams are a better team than the Patriots. If I say, okay, which play caller and head coach do you want? Sean McVay, you know what I'm saying? Or Vrabel and Josh McDaniels. Most people are going to pick Sean McVay. You got Sean McVay calling the plays. If I ask, okay, what offensive line you want? Most people are going to say, oh, the Rams. The Rams offensive line is better. Okay, if I ask you, what wide receiver group you want? Tight ends included. Most people are going to say the Rams. I have a top 5 at minimum receiver in Puka, if not higher. Then I got another Hall of Famer in Devontae Adams. Plus guys like Tutu Atwell with speed and all the tight ends like Ferguson and all that, right? Okay, cool. If I ask you what running backs group you want, this is different. Because a lot of people might actually take Trey and Dre. You know what I'm saying? They might take Trevion and Ramondre. But then there's going to be a lot of people that take Kyron and Blake. So that's kind of the wash. If I ask you, hey, who defense better, the Rams or the Patriots? Most people are going to say the Rams. So first of all, every category goes into Stafford's favor, especially when you're talking about supporting cast. So if I swap them two, Matthew's not putting those numbers up with Drake. And one of the reasons I'm gonna say he's not putting those numbers up with Drake is because that he's not gonna be able to stand. He's not gonna be able to move in the pocket behind that offensive line like Drake does, because he can't run. Because the Rams offensive line is not good at pass blocking. They like ranked 24th in the NFL. It's not good at true drop back pass blocking. This is why they run a lot of 13 personnel, 12 personnel, bootlegs, play action, because it helps the offensive line. This is why Sean McVay runs that. He doesn't run a lot of drop back, even though that's his scheme. That's always been his scheme, you know. But they went to a lot of 13, 12 personnel this season. But that's another reason why he run a lot of that, because it helps, you know what I'm saying, the offensive line that's not really good at, you know, drop back, pass block. It's not really good at that. So behind this offensive line that Drake got, he wouldn't be able to move in this drop back system. He wouldn't be able to move, get out, escape the pocket, you know what I'm saying, get out, none of that shit, because he can't run. You know what I'm saying? The run game is, I think earlier I seen that we was 4th now, because I knew we had a couple good rushing games, so now I got us 4th in our rushing offense as far as yards per game. But if you go to our yards per carry, we're 16th. You've been in the middle. At the beginning of the season, we was hot ass. We couldn't run the ball. We've been getting better as the season went on. But we still like the middle of a pack run team. So we don't got the Rams run game is better than ours. And then with this receiving group, nobody was thinking about no Kayshon Boutte. Nobody was thinking about Demario Douglas. Nobody was thinking about, well, Kyle Williams, you know, people had him. Then Stephon Diggs. Everybody thought Stephon Diggs was washed up. Nobody talked about Hunter Henry is always a reliable target. Like, you get what I'm saying? He would have had a way less in receiving core to work with. So, but when you put Drake May over there in that offense, and then, mind you, Drake May is mobile, so they could did all types. Sean May would have been able to do all types of stuff with Drake May. it would have been the same, probably more. He probably would have put up more than 46 touchdowns. He probably would have put up 53 touchdowns or something. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have put up 53 touchdowns and 5,000 passing yards like in that system. And he threw the ball more, and Matthew Stafford threw the ball more 600 times. Like, niggas, people don't understand that Drake May is very low. He not top 10 even in pass attempts this year. He got 4,300 yards with 31 touchdowns. That's why I say, like, when people bring up the goal line shit with Stafford as far as the touchdowns, Stafford like, oh, he only got 8 1-yard touchdowns. How many he got from the 4-yard line? Then, since he only got 8 from the 1-yard line, how many he got from the 4, in the 3, in the 6-yard line? When they throwing the ball at 13 personnel and just throwing up to Devontae Adams because he can. I'm not even blaming him. I'm not saying that it was a bad thing, but I'm saying like Drake doesn't really have that. What's the word I'm looking for? He's not fortunate enough to have that type of ability where you just put one of the best one-on-one receivers ever in NFL history, just one-on-one, line up at 13 personnel. The defense has to respect it because it's 13 personnel, big jumbo set, and we're going to put this one receiver out there, and we're going to put one of the best one-on-one receivers in NFL history out there, and we're just going to throw him the ball on the slant. And if it don't work, we're going to throw the fade. It don't work, we're going to throw the slant again. And then if it don't work, we're going to turn around and hand it off. We don't got that luxury. You know what I'm saying? We got nice receivers. Now, I actually wish we did that more. I wish we went on the goal line and threw it, one-on-one more because I like our guys. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just telling y'all that the best quarterback I seen play all year was Drake May. You get what I'm saying? The deep ball, talking from the deep ball, from the intermediate throws to the short throws to reading coverages, hitting cover 2 hold shots, scrambling. You know what I'm saying? Making big time throws. He got the most first downs in the NFL. Like 3rd and long is like if he get any time on 3rd and long, it's automatic. It's an automatic first down. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, he completes 72% of his passes. And most people that do that is dinking and dunking. He leads the league in yards per attempt. It's there a first down every throw. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. The best deep ball thrower in the NFL, like, the best player I seen in the field this year was Drake May. And I'm not even saying this because I'm a Patriots fan, because I watch all the games. You know, so I got all that, Sunday Ticket, Hulu, all that. So I watch football for real. But in my opinion, this was the best player in the NFL this year. You get what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, man. I got to go back one time, man. Just show y'all that. Show y'all that one time. Let's go back one more time, though. One more time, one more time, one more time. One more time. One more time, man. Drake, May, man. King Draco. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel. Like, I feel like Drake is the MVP. Other people don't feel that way. They don't got shit to do with me. So yeah, man. That's the end of this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We got more content coming for y'all, man. I already gotta go check out some more content on the channel. You know, we got this shit written down. I'm telling y'all, we grinding, man. We on our way. You know what I'm saying? We got playoff predictions coming, and we're gonna have previews for the games too. Probably gonna go over a little film for the games and everything. So I got y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know down in the comments who y'all got winning these awards. You know what I'm saying? Brains out.